So Neal, it's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Excellent. For our global audience, if you can perhaps talk a little bit about yourself, because some of them might know you, some of them might not know you.
Okay. 您好, hajimemashite. My name is Neal Schaffer. I am a social media author, speaker, consultant here in Southern California. I'm here speaking at Social Media Marketing World here in San Diego on a Twitter panel, as well as a preview of my upcoming book, Maximize Your Social, which will be out in Wiley in fall. I spent the first 15 years of my career in Asia, so I don't consider myself as global as Diners is, but I do speak fluent Japanese and Chinese, and just an honor to be here together with you and to hopefully share some relevant content with your audience.
Well, thank you so much for that, and we have plenty of good club members around the globe, but in Asia, many of them, so thanks for that. One of the things that we're asking folks is when you look into the future, what are the kind of trends and perhaps predictions, 12 months from now, that you would like to put out there?
Wow, it's really a great question, and I'm assuming that this is relating to social media. I think that social media begins to permeate everything that we do. I look at, in the United States, we've had new networks like Pinterest and Instagram and Google Plus come out of nowhere and now have 100, 200 million users. Google Plus, one statistic said, is used by the second most number of people after Facebook. So the only thing to predict about the future of social media is constant change. And it's interesting from a global perspective that these networks will be used differently in different countries. China, for instance, has their own group of social networks. In Japan, Facebook is like the LinkedIn. You meet a professional business person and afterwards they friend you on Facebook, which for Americans is very strange, but in Japan it's very natural. So I'm looking forward to the globalization of social media, and I think that for business people, I think down the road they're going to have to think about how to, from a global brand perspective, how do we manage all the social media going on in all the countries? And I think there's going to be a lot of potential for businesses to maximize their social in doing so.
And building on that, as we looked at businesses and B2B and LinkedIn and having these businesses get into social, we have a lot of corporations that are customers of ours. Perhaps a few things around LinkedIn and in general for B2B you can share with them.
Sure. So my own professional background is B2B. It's something that I have a fondness for, even though many people think it's boring. And Facebook, right, is the exciting platform. Everyone's on it. But Facebook is, in the United States, we have the white pages. But in a telephone book, right, it's the directory of every single person, and that's Facebook because everybody's on it. But we also have the yellow pages, and that's where the businesses are, and that's really LinkedIn. It's where the business decision makers are. It's a professional network. A lot of executives I know really don't feel comfortable on Facebook, or they keep their Facebook profile very private. However, on LinkedIn, they may be open to further networking or engagement. So really, if you target other businesses, or you want to reach out to other decision makers in the business world, LinkedIn really is going to be the best network for you. It may not be the most exciting or engaging network, but business has never been about being exciting. It's been about obviously developing business and relationships. And I've developed most of my business through LinkedIn myself, so I think I serve as a good case study for that.
Well, thank you for sharing that. One of the things that we pride ourselves so much on is Diners Club being much more a club than a company. And when we think about our club members, both corporations and their employees as well as consumers, we think of the fact that we connect with them and they feel they belong to a community or club. Can you expand on that as it impacts social media in general or companies that play in that space?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think in essence, social media really is that. There was a book put out by Seth Godin that I recommend everyone read called Tribes. But basically, when you're a company and you have customers, they often want more of you than you expect. They may have requests on customer service that you're not used to. They may want to have certain access to your company that you're not used to giving away. But I think what social media allows brands that understand that the ability to do is to eliminate the distance between the brand and the consumer or your customer. And I think that's a very, very powerful thing where companies can be leveraging their customers to be building these communities, these tribes. And at the end of the day, these communities and tribes may lead you to develop new products or to new business that you may not have even imagined. So I really think the secret to successful social media marketing is really bridging the gap between brand and user. And I think if you can do that, and I think Diners Club is obviously well on its way to doing that, I think it's going to be beneficial both for businesses as well as for consumers.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thanks for sharing that knowledge with our audience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.